All right, so segueing into that, so the next one. You talk about AB getting signed. Do you think Dez Bryant will get signed?
Yes, Dez should go and return to the Cowboys.
That's
All
a
right.
wishful cowboy hoping
That's
on something. No,
That's a
yeah, do
little
you really
biased.
believe that?
most of it is wishful thinking, honestly. But at this point, he has lost a step or two. He isn't the same Dez Bryant he was a few years back. So go to a team you already have some chemistry with. You know the front office, you know the owner. You're familiar with the current players and whatnot. So the familiarity could only help in this situation. So if you have lost a step, if you're not as great, then go someplace where at least it's comfortable. Now, obviously, his role should change. I feel Dez should be a slot receiver and should be third or fourth on the depth chart. With that said, could he accept it? Hopefully a year or two off. I think it was 2 years he had off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 2 years off. Hopefully he has humbled himself to understand that, hey, I'm not the key elite receiver I once was. I can't be a diva and cry for, 16, 17 attempts per game or whatnot. So humble yourself, play the slot position. Dallas has been weak in the middle of the field. Jason Witten and the various other slot attempts we had, I don't think we have a threat in the middle of the field. And that has led the Cowboys to put Amari in more jeopardy, running him across the middle and taking some shots, some unnecessary shots across the middle. So with Dez could maybe take some attention away from Amari and Gallup. And also with the fact that, you got Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield, you got to watch out how you double team these receivers. So the box will be stacked trying to stop Ezekiel Elliott, and Dez would attract some attractive mismatches. What I mean by that is either a linebacker would be on him. I think he still is fast enough to, get open once the linebacker is guarding him. And if you put one of the smaller safeties on them, he could post up, for lack of a better term, on one of those smaller safeties, because Dez still is, good in size, 6'2". I'm not 100% sure of his weight, but he's still big enough to post up one of those smaller safeties. So he'll create some mismatches. I think Dallas would be the right fit for him. So I think they should be signed and playing in the league.
Yeah, if I could interject, I just like to say I agree with Eddie simply because they don't have nothing to lose. Like Eddie say, the middle isn't strong, so why not give him a chance to come back? Now I don't think he should be the main receiver. Like Eddie say, push him low in the depth chart or whatever like that. But my thing is, you ain't got nothing to lose. You're already familiar with him, or whatever the case is like that. And at the end of the day, even though he lost a step, he's still there as Bryant, so he'll attract enough attention for you to even like open up the floor and open up the field even more to get your other receivers going and maybe make space for other people, and then you never know what can happen. But I think they should take a chance. I think the Cowboys should take a chance to bring him back, because I don't see that nucleus. Now other teams, I don't know, because he'll have to get acclimated to a new culture, a new system and all that. I'm not sure if it'd be a good idea to sign him on another team, but I agree that he with the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys should bring him back, and that'd be a perfect fit. And if not a perfect fit, a good fit.
Yeah, I mean, I disagree when you say you have nothing to lose. I mean, you could pay someone who's more talented and who could perform in that position. So I don't see how you're saying nothing to lose. You could get one of these. This year's draft is loaded with great receivers. I think there's so much good receivers in this draft that you could get a top 5 receiver in the second round. And if they could run slots and run routes, they could be a up and coming young stud playing on the side of a top tier running back, a top tier receiver, and a top tier quarterback. If we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys, so it is something you could lose now. That being said, he's a big body. He could run in the slot. I think he'd be a perfect fit. So I think he'll be a perfect fit for a slot receiver. I wouldn't go as far as you, Eddie, say fourth. I think once he's healthy, if that leg is all right, he could be a slot receiver, number 3 receiver on basically any team in the league. So it all depends on the challenge. The challenge with Dez is that because of his personality, people wouldn't take the chance because being a veteran receiver, sometimes people keep being a veteran player. Sometimes people keep you around long in the league because you can mentor other players. But with the type of personality and attitude Dez has, people wouldn't take that chance. Like worst case scenario, he can mentor these guys. So it'd be strictly for a production point of view. So that minimizes his value. But that being said, I think he could be a number 3 slot receiver on many teams in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, talent-wise, you can't deny what he can offer the table. But my thing goes back with AB is with him. It's that mentality, man. It's like unless he changed, he had a heart with himself, and he changed his mindset over the last year to the same with Dez Bryant, who Desmond Bryant is, and yeah. But I think why the Cowboys would be a tough fit because of Amari Cooper. You looking at the younger version of yourself or this young competition, this young buck, you might have this ego complex and say, man, you replace you with this dude who, especially who don't show up half the time anyway. So that's the fear that you would have as a receivers coach. That would Dez Bryant give Amari Cooper the things he needs to be that next level receiver, or would he be spotting to a dude who clearly has mental confidence issues? Because it can't be that you're the same player, physically the same player away and home, but mentally you clearly a different player away and home. That's a mind thing. And I don't know, someone, a big dog mentality like Dez Bryant would help that. He needs someone who can say, look, yeah, this is what you do, boom, boom, boom. More of a calm personality because Dez is this is my show type of person. And the fact that he go on by this over Southern grounds and make it difficult. Yeah, the Cowboys look the same on paper, but their culture is changing. Now with Mike McCarthy, I love to see how him and Jerry Jones mesh because the quarterback, Jason Garrett, was more of a Jason boy and I can do what Jerry say do. Mike McCarthy's like, no, baby, this is a football team. We can run like a football team. So I love to see that. In terms of he could be picked up, yeah, he'd be picked up anywhere. I think a Dez would be perfect with a person like a Tom Brady, like how Rodney Moss is with Tom Brady. I think if he would have been with someone like that, they can revive his career to show what he helped because he needed a quarterback who knows how to put him as well. The fear of having these younger quarterbacks is they can put you in compromising positions. The downside of being a slaughter is you going across the middle. And there's a big body who you can see easily cross the middle. And he will get tagged a lot. So if him and Doc haven't followed, Doc easily dump it across the middle and of course there's a tag once or twice. And I'm not sure there's meant for that. As much as his career is evolving to a slot receiver, he was always a down ball dude. The up the yard, deep ball, throw, catcher type of person. So he's literally have to change his style of a dump and run type of player. And that's something mentality has to change because the dump and runs don't really get the touchdown ESPN replays like the deep ball threats get. So should they pick him up, Jerry Jones assigned first. So I definitely think they should sign him. But I think they should have done something with Doc first. If they decide Doc to say Doc is our player, Doc is our star, Doc is our leader, that would have made it, I think, easier for Dez to come in. That would allow Dez to know, okay, Doc is number 1, Zeke is number 2. Doc still is a question mark in terms of how Jerry feel about him. Zeke clearly is the number 1 option, and I didn't have stuff. So, yeah, if I were a smarter GM, I would have done things prior to bringing in Dez in. If I was a Cowboys, they probably could sign Dez.
So only the
I don't
Cowboys
talk
is in.
about your team like that, Eddie. Say a smart GM would not, but if the Cowboys would, come on, man, defend your team, man.
Yeah.
No, man. He could take the shots. That's cool.